Okay, I know that there is some discussion about the best way to get your students to know what they need to do on Thursday or on track day or any other day that we might have coming up. It might be something that they need to work on for these last few weeks to make sure that they pass. So I'm going to show you a couple of different ways that you can approach this. You might already have a way set up, which is fine. I just wanted to share some resources that might make things a little bit easier. So the first thing I'm going to show you is if you go to the members of your Schoology course, you can set up different grading groups. I saw Ms. Presnell do this today, and I thought it was a great way that you might approach the way you do things even next year. But you can go to add grading group, and this one I'm going to call on track. Just select a couple of students, and they're in a specific group. Now you can create multiple groups, and you can put students in more than one group. So it depends on how you want to uh, put these in different levels, or it's up to you. There's several different ways that you can do this. Now, I created a new folder called Essential Skills for Geometry. This might be assignments that are going to get the biggest bang for the buck to help their grades. So one of the things, there's a couple of different options. Everything that I create, I usually have in my own personal resources, or we have a math group that we have the resources in that all of us can share. So if you don't currently have some things in your resources, such as this test I have, you can always click over here and hit save to resources. Because the things that I'm going to put into this folder, for instance, let me go back there. I might add in that Unit 3 test. So I can either import from resources, which mine takes a little bit longer to come up because I'm in so many different groups. Hold on just a second as it comes up. Let me go back. Let me just pick one of these, my own personal resources. Go back. So I might pick this and import it in. Probably pick the largest file. Okay, so I might put in a few assignments. Of course, it could be something you've already created, or it could be something new that puts a whole bunch of things into one thing. So if I go back to the main page where I put that folder, there's an option here to individually assign. So when I click on here, I can either select students, or if you create those grading groups, I can assign it to only those students who are part of that on track group. Okay, so this is second period on track grading groups, and hit assign. And so that's been made. Now, anybody not in this group will not see this folder. Okay, and then when you go to gradebook, one thing I forgot to do that we'd be able to see it. I need to be sure and put it in a category. So just to be able to see it in that. Okay, here we go. So notice it's now listed here in my grade book, and for anybody not a part of that group, I can't even enter a grade. Okay, so what you might do is for the person that does that particular assignment, you can give them those points and then go back to what they're making up. For instance, it might be something that they're missing as a 0, and then you can just excuse that and Now the new score is being counted instead of that old score. So I'm going to make some changes to make sure I don't forget to take that out. So that's one way. I'm sorry if it's a little bit confusing. Just practice around with that or watch those parts again. So what I'm suggesting here is that you create an on-track group of those students who have a D or an F and individually assign them assignments that might be the most effective on their grade and bringing it up. Another way to do this is, what if you just want them to work on missing assignments? If you go up to these three dots, it says print reports. So you can go in and individually select a person and hit generate report, and you can print out a report if you hit print and give them a hard copy, or you can print to PDF and email it to them. Either way that you want to do. So if I hit print, I can either print it or, of course, print to PDF and email it to them, and make sure that anything that says missing or anything that might be crossed out, that's what they need to work on. So you might have your own way of doing things, but these are just a couple of suggestions to help you out. If you need more help, let me know, and we can get with you and help you set some of that up. I know it's kind of fast considering it's Thursday, but again, this might be something that you want to set up from here going forward with some of those students to make sure they're clear on the assignments that they need to get done. Let me know if you have any questions, and I hope this helps.